So you all might know of a franchise called Mario Kart. Pretty big deal. And recently, Mario Kart released a mobile game, and it is one of the greediest things I've ever played in my entire life. So let's check this out. I want to talk to you guys about my experience with this game. And keep in mind, this isn't some random mobile title. This is Mario Kart we're talking about. So many people are going to play this game. And the way this game insidiously monetizes its players, it is just a thing to behold. So let's begin with what I was greeted with the second I booted up the game. This right here, immediately, the first thing the game tells you to do is to fire a pipe, or essentially to open a loot box, which looks something like this. So you pull down, and the visual and sound effects to get you all excited, it's all there, and the whole swiping down and letting the thing fly sure reminds me of doing this with a slot machine. So that was the first thing I did when I booted the game up. This was then followed up by a tutorial race, and after I finished that, I was greeted with another loot box. Hey, wow, they're really trying to get me hooked to this system, huh? I got another character. I got Princess Peach, and you can see right here she has like her own special skill. And that leads us to the main menu of the game. So right here, this guy tells me about how each tour lasts for 2 weeks. And that is an essential aspect of this monetization system, the limited nature of these items and these tours and all of these aspects that contribute to players wanting to spend money on this before it's gone, because the grind here won't allow you to obtain everything you want in time. And then after I was introduced to the time limit, I was taken to this menu where you can see all the different tours, and down here you can see the number of grand stars needed to proceed to these different tours. And each of these tours, as you can see right here, if you complete them, you get a number of rewards. There's stuff like driver skill up, raise a high-end driver's skill level. Now, this particular item you'll see requires a gold pass subscription. That's $5 a month, and essentially there's a lot of content in this game that's locked behind that $5 a month, behind the gold pass, from the 200cc racing mode to various rewards that you can earn as you go through these tours. And among these rewards include skill ups for drivers. And you can see right here, Toad, for example, as you boost Toad's skills, he gets different bonuses, different stats increases. So you want to increase the skills for these racers in order to just get bonuses. And the way this is set up is that only those who have the gold pass will be able to earn the more lucrative rewards by completing these tours. And then that leads us to another type of reward you can earn through the tours, kart skill up. So different karts have their own different skills and bonuses as well, and you can level up the karts and the gliders and the racers, and all of these combine. You can also earn coins via these tours, and coins are the game's in-game currency. And while they're not technically the premium currency you can purchase directly, you can use the premium currency to engage in this mode that allows you to earn coins, dedicated to earning coins, so you can technically pay for coins. We'll get to that in a bit. Rubies, so this is the premium currency, and you can see right here, you can use these to fire off the pipe, aka open a loot box, or play Coin Rush. This is the mode that is solely dedicated to you going through a track and collecting coins. Get these from races or Coin Rush to use in the shop. And because you can use rubies to go to Coin Rush to earn coins, while there is that degree of separation, you can technically spend money on the rubies, which you can spend on getting the coins to purchase items in the shop. So it's just layers upon layers. So this is a consumable, I believe. It's called an item ticket. You can use one per race to spin your item slot, so that gives you a bit of an advantage in the game. But this reward is also locked behind the gold pass. You won't be able to earn it unless you're subscribed to that $5 a month service. So from there, I went ahead and checked out the game itself. I participated in the game's first tour, the Mario Cup, and clicking on this selection will yield this menu, and this guy tells you choose your driver, kart, and glider carefully. If you use them on a favorite course, you get an advantage during the race. So you can see right here when the prompt goes away, There are certain characters that only get you 1 item per item box. Other characters get you 2 items per item box. And then this version of Mario gets you 3 items per item box. So the more characters you have, the more chances there are of you being able to choose a character that has an advantage in certain courses. So in this specific course, this costumed Mario right here has the greatest advantage because you can get 3 items per item box. And so choosing a character is not just about stats and cosmetic, it's also about getting the leg up in certain courses. And so the more characters you unlock, the more chances you have of selecting a character that's ideal to a particular course. And that's why you're encouraged to open loot boxes and get as many of these characters as possible, or, purchase them through coins that you can also earn through premium currency by spending premium currency. And then you can do the same with the carts. So different carts have different bonuses and different courses, and same thing with gliders. So right here. So this glider is good for this course. It gives you bonus ×2. And then if I had this glider and use that for this course, it'd get combo bonus ×3 and big combo time boost. So you want to get as much stuff as possible so you can have the greatest possible advantage in each race and the greatest possible bonuses in terms of rewards and what have you. And then after you pick your different things, it tells you right here, if you're a seasoned kart driver, why not try racing at 150cc? So right here, they introduce the CCs, the fact that you can up the ante and go with a faster race mode in order to get better rewards. And this is really sly of them. So they keep it at 50cc, right? And the second you choose that selection in order to change your CC, you're introduced to the fact that you've got 150cc and then 200cc right here, which is locked behind the golden pass. So this is their way of introducing players to this locked content to incentivize them to purchase the golden pass, which is that $5 subscription. And that made me do a double take. You can see right here, I picked the 150cc and I went, wait a minute, did I just see that right? And then I went back to the menu, and right here, if I try to choose it, unlocked with a gold pass. So that's yet another layer of monetization on top of all the other crap we have seen thus far. And then that leads us to the races. And so I finished 6th or 5th in this one. Yeah, I was still getting used to the controls, and the controls in this game are pretty shaky. You use the touch controls to drift and stuff. It doesn't work nearly as well as, Mario Kart 8 on Switch and what have you. You can, I guess, kind of get used to it, but it doesn't feel particularly good to drive in this game. But the game overall isn't bad. I'd say like the core mechanics and the core game it feels just like Mario Kart. The touch controls aren't ideal, but functional enough. This game could be fun if it wasn't for the monetization focused way they kind of handle rewards and progression. So after I was shown what place I was in this race, I got some points for the character, the rider, the cart, and the glider that I used. And it says right here, the XP bar will increase depending on the CC and your race position. Once the bar fills, you will receive more position points in races. So if you choose 200cc, you'd be able to get even more points, but guess what? You have to pay $5 a month for that. And then next up, we have this part of the post-race display that shows me how many grand stars I earned. So this is what'll allow me to progress through the various tours. And then after that, I am told about, let's see, you'll get grand stars based on how many points you've earned. So keep your eye on the prize and aim for a high score. And also I get some coins along the way. And as you can see, yeah, you don't get a lot of coins per race. In this first race that I did, I got 3. And then I did another race right here where I leveled up as a player, and that increases the amount of position points received after races. Position points is this right here, and that adds to the total number of points that you earn, and the total number of points defines maybe how many grand stars you earn, as well as how many coins you earn. So it is definitely something tangible. It is an important stat to keep track of, and if you choose a higher CC, you can get more position points, but that's locked away behind that subscription. And then with this right here, if I keep increasing the experience points for the items that I use, I can get more position points in races based on how high I've leveled these up. So it's all tied together. So back to the second race, I leveled up, I got extra skill or experience points for these specific items so that I could increase my position points and in turn maybe gain more stars or gain more coins. And then in this race, I earned 5 grand stars again, an additional 3 coins for a total of 4 instead of the additional 2 for a total of 3 last time. And so, yeah, I got a few more, but it's still very minimal. 7 total coins off of 2 races. And then this third race, I got first place again, got more points, 5 grand stars again, more position points based on, I'm assuming, the fact that I placed first and the fact that my items had greater experience points. I got 5 grand stars. And then in this race, I actually got 7 coins for a grand total of 14 now at this point by my third race. So progressing very slowly across the board. The grind is real here. And then, so this is around the time that I finish my first cup. And the first thing the game does after I clear my cup, it tells me have some rubies to celebrate. So it gives me a first batch of free rubies, the premium currency. It gives me 20 rubies that I can use to open loot boxes or to engage in coin rush to earn coins. So they're giving you a free taste so that you'll later be maybe tempted to purchase more so that you can do more in the game, progress faster, unlock stuff faster, what have you. So it says right here, you can get things like drivers and carts from the pipe. Say, why don't you use some rubies to fire something out of it? Basically saying, hey, I gave you some free rubies, why not do some free spins of the slot machine? Why not open a few free loot boxes? And so, and then the game walks you through this process. It's not optional. It tells you how to go to the menu right here. It tells you it highlights, the relevant portion here. You can fire off 1 loot box with 5 rubies, or if you have 45 rubies, you can fire 10 at a time. And then once I engage here, I'm taken right back to this screen, the very first thing the game greeted me with when I booted it up, and I do the same thing, spin the slot machine with my finger by pulling the lever, essentially. And you've got the sound effects, the audio effects to really hook you in, and I got a new character here. And then after I engaged in the loot box, I was introduced to the login bonus, where you can earn coins or rubies for logging in every day from September 24th all the way to October 8th. And, 100 coins is, certainly a decent amount, but when you look at the prices of some of the items, you'll see that it really doesn't amount to all that much. And then you can also earn 5 rubies at a time each day, so a free spin of the loot box, essentially. There's the login bonus aspect to encourage people to keep coming back, to become emotionally invested, and give them more of a few free spins here and there, just enough to allow them to keep engaging with the game's monetization, but not so much that they'll get too far ahead, so that they can keep feeling the grind and then eventually be like, I want more coins. I want more rubies than what the login bonus is giving me, what the gameplay is giving me, so I'm going to purchase them. And then it says right here, it walks me through the fact that once I get coins, I can get drivers, carts, gliders, and more from the shop. There's this segment here that reads, the daily selects change daily, but I bet you could have figured that one out on your own. So it kind of works like a lot of video game shops. It's this rotating selection of items, and that can be seen right here. So I'm not high enough level to see these, but where I am right now at level 2, I can see these, and you can see, for example, a character can cost 3,000 coins, and then a glider can cost 500 coins, and then this right here, which is this consumable item, the ticket that I showed you before that allows you to spin the item box in a race, that costs 50. So right around this time, with the login bonus and the couple races that I've done already, I've accumulated 114 coins. So that's enough to get me 2 of these semi-useless, kind of whatever consumable items, but nowhere near close to allowing me to get the glider or toad here. At that point, you can either grind and grind until you get to 3,000 coins, or you can buy more rubies, do the coin rush thing, and get coins that way, and essentially buy out all of these with real money. And then after that, I delved into the shop further. So right here, New York Pipe. So this is where the loot box system kicks in. So first of all, you have 4 days to collect this particular pool of items. It says right here, 4 days left. And then this system is its own thing. So right here, 99 out of 100 items, it says. I'll explain that in a bit. That is a whole thing within itself. But for now, I want to show you this. This is the cost of rubies. So for $2, you can get 3 rubies. And then there are packages that go up to $70 for 135 rubies. So this is the quote-unquote best offer, the better bang for your buck. And with 135 rubies, you can essentially do 3 of these. So 45 plus 45 is 90, plus another 45 is 135, which is what this offers. So for $70, you can spin, or rather you can open 30 loot boxes. Now, if you go back here and select details in the menu here, it'll take you to this chart. And then right here in the notes, it details exactly how this whole system works. So it reads as follows. The pipe contains drivers, carts, and gliders. Using the pipe will get you 1 or more of them. When the pipe is used, drivers, carts, and gliders listed in appearance rates will appear with the likelihood listed there. Note, even if you get every driver, cart, and glider in the pipe, you may not be able to get all of the drivers, carts, and gliders listed in appearance rates. However, you will always get spotlight, drivers, carts, and gliders before the pipe is fully empty. So if we go back here, the spotlight stuff here will always appear within that pool of 100 items, but everything else you don't know. You know, you could get duplicates, which is something that's stipulated here. It says previously obtained drivers, carts, and gliders can be obtained again. This means that the same drivers may appear multiple times in succession. Drivers, carts, and gliders with the same name are treated as equal. Even if drivers, carts, and gliders appear similar to each other, if they do not share the same name, then they are not treated as equal. Drivers, carts, and gliders that are equal will be merged to enhance its skill. So what this chart is showing is how many of these specific rarities of these specific items there are in a given pool of 100 loot box items. So within this pool of 100 shown here, there are 3 high-end spotlights, 3 high-ends, there's 9 plus 7 plus 4 supers, and 32 plus 26 plus 16 normals, and then it's broken down further by item type. But you can see right here, for high-end characters, there is more than one, right? It says right here, only one will appear within that pool of 100 items, but in the grand pool of things, there is more than one high-end character. So you could get Dry Bowser, Metal Mario, Peachette, or Mario Musician. So any one of these, if you get the high end in this pool of 100, any one of these 4 could appear. But the second you deplete this number changes from 1 to 0. So here you can see normal changed from 32 to 31. Same thing will happen here. 1 will change to 0. So at that point, within this pool of 100, you will not get another high-end character because that's been exhausted, which is why they added this reset functionality that allows you to bring all of these numbers up to maximum. So if you were to get a high-end character and this becomes 0, you hit the reset button, this becomes 1 again, and then you're able to spin loot boxes so that you have a chance at earning another high-end character. But because you've also reset this stuff and all of this stuff here, it means that getting another high-end character, the likelihood of that happening, it's low. Because you have to go through the normals that are more likely to appear and the supers that are more likely to appear. The high-end stuff is less likely to appear. So when the pool of 100 is reset, you have to go through those odds again. And the thing is, when you reset and assuming that eventually you do finally get this high-end character from this pool of 100, it could very well be a duplicate. So in the previous run of 100 items, you might have gotten Metal Mario. It's entirely possible that you will get Metal Mario again instead of Dry Bowser or Peachette or Mario Musician. And I'll remind you again, you can do this for a limited time. You have a limited time to go through this table and obtain as many of this stuff as possible with these low odds, the ability to get duplicates, and this whole shitty reset system and the limited items table system that is defined by rarity. And just to show you how frustrating this all is, I did the free slot machine spins. I did open the free loot boxes. For this first one, I got a duplicate. So what this does is duplicates have been merged to enhance the skill level. It reads right down here, and you can see that the skill level went from 1 to 1.5. So I got nothing from that. This is a cart I already owned, and it just increased my skill by half. The second loot box. Another duplicate. I already had the super glider. Duplicates have been merged to enhance the skill level. It goes from level 1 to level 1.5. It wasn't until my third free loot box spin that I got a new character, Shy Guy. But you can see that the odds aren't particularly good. You can see that you're going to have to reset quite a few times before you can get all of the items. You're going to have to go through a lot of duplicates before you get all of the things that you want, or before you can complete the collection of items that you can only collect during the 4 days that this pool of items is available for. This then brings us to the Gold Pass, the $5 a month subscription. It details right here. With the Gold Pass, 1, get gold gifts by racing in tours. So certain rewards are locked behind people who are paying $5 a month when completing tours, as I previously showed you. 2, earn badges from gold challenges. And 3, unlock 200cc races. It isn't just faster races, it's also faster progression, because at 200cc, you just get more points per race. That's locked away behind subscription. And then on top of all that, Nintendo sells these sets. So this right here, the New York set, it's $20, and it's a collection of items. You've got 45 premium currency, the rubies. You get Mario, the character, and 5 of these tickets that you can use towards unlocking tours that are locked that you don't have enough stars for. All of that for $20. And then right here, if you click this, so if you want more coins because you aren't able to purchase the $3,000 character or 3,000 coins character, you click up here and you're greeted with this message. In Coin Rush, you play as Gold Mario and race on a course jam-packed with coins. It's a good chance to stock up. Now, in order to do so, as you'll see here, you require rubies. It reads right here, over 300 coins are waiting for you on this course. Gold Mario will draw them in as he gets near. So I believe the way this works is each coin will be worth times 10 if you pay up more rubies. So the more you pay, the more each coin is worth, the more coins you get per collected coin. And so if you really want a lot of coins, you're going to have to really pay up with that premium currency. And you can see right here that the egregious nature of Mario Kart Tour hasn't gone unnoticed. So this is an article from The Verge. The headline reads, Mario Kart Tour is too cynical to be fun. Here's a headline from Polygon. Mario Kart Tour's $5 monthly subscription fee is out of touch with reality. Nintendo's mobile strategy looks antiquated after Apple Arcade. For those not aware of Apple Arcade, that's $5 a month for like 50 complete, fully fleshed out games, a lot of which are actually really good from what I'm hearing. That's what Apple's doing. Nintendo, $5 a month so that you can gain access to a game mode that should be just accessible to everyone and to certain rewards that are locked away behind the subscription. Here's a headline from Kotaku. Mario Kart Tour is pretty good when it's not nickel and diming you. It explains a lot of the monetization elements of this game. Mario Kart Tour's microtransactions feel gross in a post-Apple Arcade world. And then finally, this headline, Mario Kart Tour locks the fastest race mode behind a paid subscription. That's also being seen as egregious. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nintendo at their greediest. And look, when it comes to the AAA games, the first-party titles, they output some great stuff, some truly fantastic, industry-leading stuff. But let's not pretend that Nintendo is entirely innocent of loot box shenanigans. Their previous games on mobile are pretty egregious as well. They also heavily emphasize loot boxes, Fire Emblem, Heroes, the mobile Animal Crossing game. And now, this game, by far, the most cynical of them all. Nintendo's moving that goalpost, pushing the boundaries of monetization, trying to get away with more and more, and they're doing it with probably one of their most popular video game franchises, Mario Kart, one of the most renowned, one of the most well-known across even casual players. And they know the audience that they're reaching. They know the audience that they're trying to nickel and dime and exploit. For all the good Nintendo does in the AAA landscape, they've got side ventures like these that make me lose respect for the company. It's a damn shame, really, because when it comes down to it, this is a solid game. in its own right. Even if the controls are something that I can never get fully used to, it's still Mario Kart. It's got that Mario Kart essence. I think the developers, the ground floor developers, really tried to make this an authentic Mario Kart experience, but it's the monetization stuff that gets in the way of that ever-important gameplay loop, the rewards and progression system that keeps you coming back. And this is free to play, and there need to be some monetization systems to keep it alive, and that's fine, but the level at which they push this is just insane. And that's the tragedy of this, is that this could be a genuinely fun mobile game that could prove that mobile games don't have to be utter garbage, but all this game does is join the garbage. So there you have it, folks. Let me know in the comments below what your take is on Mario Kart's monetization system. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Yong Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Yong out!